and my Instagram account for any length of time, especially if you remember back to the Arizona Fall League with the surprise Saguaros and through spring training. Will Craig, and I made this prediction at the end of the Arizona Fall League season, November, that Will Craig is going to have a better career than Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and some people may call me crazy for saying that, and I'm fine with being called that. Because I certainly do believe that this is the case, and I believe he has the potential and all the capabilities to be better than Vlad Jr. And the key question with Will Craig is, where is he going to play? Because he plays first base, but is blocked by the National League's MVP in Josh Bell. He can play third base, that was his original position, but he's blocked by Colin Moran, who's been fantastic, and Ke'Bryan Hayes, one of the top prospects in the Pirates farm system. And you wonder, okay, maybe the corner outfielder positions. Well, left field he is met by Corey Dickerson, Brian Reynolds, you get Polanco, Cabrera, so he is blocked. There is no doubt about that. And let's say we look at 2020, okay? 2020, the infield is slated to look like Bell at first, Frazier at second, Newman at short, and Moran at third. Outfield is slated to look like Reynolds in left, Martin center, Polanco in right. And you look, where could you potentially sneak in as a backup player? That's really what it's going to be looking like. If you look in the outfielder, Jason Martin is looking like he's going to be the fourth outfielder in 2020. The backup corner infield spots looking like it could either go to maybe Ke'Bryan Hayes, could go to Jose Osuna, who can also play the outfield. And really it's just a matter of, if Ke'Bryan Hayes is going to be ready by 2020, and if Will Craig can be better than Jose Osuna, because Osuna has been fantastic for the Pirates so far in 2019. And the big thing that has been dabbling around in my mind, and that I've been doing a lot of thinking about, is we know that the universal DH is inevitable. It's coming at some point. Could it come in 2020? And if it does come in 2020, then that opens a perfect path for Will Craig to be the Pittsburgh Pirates' everyday designated hitter. Now, if it comes in 2021, it would further delay Will Craig's development. And I do not want to trade him, but at the same token, if there is no universal DH, where is he going to play? And usually the bat that he has is going to solve a lot of the problems defensively where he's going to play. It will solve those problems, but then again, the other guys that we have also are raking, and that has solved their problems. I'll just go over the company again that Will Craig is in here going to this Futures game. Austin Meadows, Andrew McCutchen, Elias Diaz, Gregory Polanco, Jose Bautista, Steve Pearce, and now Will Craig. Ke'Bryan Hayes was, I believe, in Double-A at the time when he was in the Futures game last year, and he hit a home run in the Futures game. Mitch Keller was also there as well. Making this Futures game is not a light honor. It is a big, big deal. And Will Craig is put in some pretty damn good company. He is. And to see him be in there is exciting, and it's something that, does not shock me, because he was my spring training MVP. He was my Arizona Fall League MVP. Out of all the players on that surprise Saguaros team that included Vladimir Guerrero Jr., he was number one out of all of them, and that's on an objective basis. For most of the Arizona Fall League season, I had Vlad Jr. as the MVP, and Will Craig made a late surge and showed everybody that he hits bombs, he drives and runs, and he's going to be a very good Major League player at some point. I sure as hell hope it is with the Pirates. If it isn't, that would be sad, because he is going to be a superstar. Mark my words. Will Craig will be a superstar in this league. He will be. His bat plays, and again, when you have the bat that Will Craig has, and I sure do hope that the Universal DH comes in 2020. And I know it's tough for me to say that, because I'm a baseball purist at heart. I'm not a huge fan of the Universal DH. But if it means that Will Craig can be that DH and make his way to Pittsburgh as a Pittsburgh Pirate, I'm all in. Right? And again, it's going to kill a lot of the beauty that's in it, and I am a baseball purist, but mark my words. A, Will Craig is going to be a superstar in the majors, and B, Will Craig is going to have a better career than Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Mark it down, June 29th. And I've been saying that for a long time now, so you can go back in the archives a little bit too as well. I truly believe that will be the case. The Pittsburgh Pirates remain hot with a come-from-behind victory on Friday night. If you're listening live, that's last night. If not, Friday night. Entering play on Friday, the Pittsburgh Pirates had won 7 of their last 10 games. Their opponent, the Milwaukee Brewers, had lost 9 of 13. These trends would continue in the first game of their 3-game weekend series. Despite not doing much offensively, the Pirates rallied late to defeat the Brewers 3-2 on Friday night. With the win, the Pirates are now 8-3 in their last 11 games and 3-1 on their current road trip. This victory improved the team to 39-41 overall on the season and was their first win of 2019 at Miller Park. Chris Archer started the game for the Pittsburgh Pirates on Friday night and was looking to build upon a strong outing against the San Diego Padres last Saturday. In the bottom of the first inning, Archer got into some trouble. A walk and a double had Brewers on second and third with 2 outs. Archer then uncorked a wild pitch before allowing a run-scoring double to Eric Thames. Quickly, the Brewers led 2-0. After the rough start, Archer settled in. He allowed just one more hit and issued just one more walk the rest of the night. He also picked up 5 more punch-outs. The issue was Archer's night got cut short. After grimacing following a swing in his 5th inning at-bat, Archer's night was over. In 4 innings of work, he allowed the 2 runs on just 3 hits and 2 walks. He also struck out 6 batters. It was another strong outing for Archer. Unfortunately, it was cut short due to left hip discomfort. Yet another reason to hashtag free the DH. After Archer's night ended, the Pirate bullpen went to work. Richard Rodriguez picked up a strikeout while pitching a scoreless 5th inning. Francisco Liriano followed with a scoreless 6th, and Kyle Crick a scoreless 7th. However, the Pirate offense would find itself struggling for much of the night. Kevin Newman led off the 3rd inning with his 5th home run of the season. His blast cut the Milwaukee lead to 2-1 and extended his hitting streak to 18 games. Unfortunately, this would be it for the Pirate offense on Friday night. The lack of offense by the Pirates on Friday was a disappointment. Not only had the Pirate offense been red hot of late, but they were also facing a struggling starter. Brewers starter Jhoulys Chacin entered the night with a 5.88 ERA and a 5.87 FIP in 14 starts. In 5 innings of work, he allowed just the Newman home run, 6 hits, he walked 2, and he struck out 4. Thankfully, the offense would find a way to do just enough. Doing just enough started with facing Junior Guerra in the 8th inning. Brian Reynolds, who entered the at-bat 3 for 3 with a double, walked to start the inning, and starting Marte singled. After Josh Bell hit into a fielder's choice to put runners on the corners with 1 out, Colin Moran grounded out to second base. On the ground out, Milwaukee's second baseman Keston Hiura went to second base to retire Bell. However, a good slide by Bell prevented a double play. This allowed Reynolds to score, tying the game at 2-2. Felipe Vasquez, who had not pitched since Sunday, took the mound for the Pirates in the bottom of the 8th inning. He would strike out the side in order to send the game to the 9th, still tied at 2-2. Facing Jeremy Jeffress, Elias Diaz drew a 1-out walk in his first at-bat of the night. Also in his first at-bat of the night, the red-hot Jose Osuna singled to put Diaz on third. Newman then hit a broken bat dribbler back to Jeffress. Jeffress could have nailed Diaz at the plate and stopped the go-ahead run from scoring. Instead, he made the poor decision to try and start a 1-6-3 double play. A poor throw by Jeffress retired Osuna, but allowed Newman to reach, and the Pirates to take a 3-2 lead. Even if Jeffress' throw to Tyler Saladino had been perfect, it would not have resulted in a double play. The ball was hit too softly, and this combined with Newman's speed would have allowed him to reach first base safely. The decision by Jeffress to not cut down Diaz at the plate was a terrible one, but hey, we aren't complaining. In the bottom of the 9th inning, Vasquez returned to the mound for the Pirates. As he did in the 8th, Vasquez retired the Brewers in order. This time it closed out a 3-2 Pirate victory. Friday night's win was a great win for the Pirates. They came from behind at a ballpark that has given them fits over the years and picked up a big 3-2 win over Milwaukee. With the win, the Pirates are now 4 games back behind the Chicago Cubs for first place in the NL Central and 3 games in back of the second NL wildcard spot. The second game of the Pirates series is scheduled for 8:15 tonight, Saturday night, and will be broadcast nationally on Fox. Jordan Lyles, a 3.64 ERA and a 3.67 FIP. is scheduled to return from the injury list for the Pirates. Craig Counsell and the Brewers will counter Brandon Woodruff, a 4.07 ERA, 3.07 FIP. This will be Woodruff's third start against the Pirates this season, and the first two, the Bucks tagged him for 9 runs on 10 hits, 3 walks, and a home run in 10 innings of work. Lyles will be coming off the injury list tonight, and it is a good sign to see. Chris Archer last night, when he came off the mound, or came out with left hip discomfort in his post-game press conference, said that he doesn't believe it's going to linger into his next start, doesn't believe he's going to miss the start. But again, all of that depends on how he feels today, but in his next side session and moving forward. So with Jordan Lyles returning, it is definitely big because now the rotation is again starting to come into shape. We see the rotation now looking like Joe Musgrove, Trevor Williams, Chris Archer, Jordan Lyles, and Stephen Brault. And again, one of the big goals heading into the All-Star break is reestablishing the fact that this is a top-of-the-line starting rotation. It is. And Jordan Lyles getting back to what he was capable of doing, what he did until the injury bug with his hamstring started occurring, was he was a dominant pitcher, one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. The Brewers have touched him up. I believe he's 0-2 against him this season. He's not going to be facing Zach Davies. He's facing Woodruff, so a little bit of a change in scenery, I guess, would help for Jordan Lyles. And, again, I'm excited to see what he can do tonight in Milwaukee as he comes off the injury list and, again, solidifies this rotation. Jameson Taillon doesn't look like he's anywhere near returning, but this rotation can be dominant as is. And we've seen what all 5 of the pitchers in the rotation, and Trevor Williams, Joe Musgrove, Chris Archer, Jordan Lyles, and Stephen Brault are capable of doing and have done in the past. And over this hot streak that the Pirates have been on, the starting pitching has really started to turn that corner and reestablish itself. Now, this offense has been the best offense in all of baseball in the month of June, hitting .292. And I mean, the story of this Pittsburgh Pirates team has definitely changed coming into the year, and really all of April. This pitching staff was dominant. The offense wasn't there. Heading into May, and now as we wrap up June here, the offense has certainly been there. It's just the pitching has disappeared. But the pitching is starting to reemerge, and we're starting to play good fundamental baseball, and all the aspects of it, the pitching, the hitting, the bullpen, it's all coming together at one time, and that's why the Pirates are playing so well right now. They can continue this too, and this can be the year. This can be the year that the Pirates break the drought, break the streak, bring home number 6, first World Series championship since 1979. They can do it. All the pieces are there. They're starting to get healthy. The rotation's starting to get solidified. The offense has been hot. The bullpen is turning a corner. The pieces are there, and we are moving in the right direction. We are beating good baseball teams. Now, it's great to beat teams like the Tigers and the Marlins and the Padres, even though the Padres have been decent. But to go into Houston and beat up on the Astros the way we did, that's what really is encouraging. To win that game last night against the Brewers, who we are chasing in not only the NL Central standings, but the wildcard standings, that's encouraging. We have 9 games left against the Brewers and Cubs to close out the halfway point of the 2019 season. We have 5 games left with the Brewers and 4 with the Cubs. And if we can go, let's say, like a 7-2 during these 9 games, 6-3, it is going to put us in a beautiful position, and we could be in first place in the NL Central if we play our cards right the rest of these 9 games. Because we're only 4 games back of the Cubs, and we have 4 games with them this coming week. So if we can win these, let's say, win this series, the Brewers will be further out of first place, and we will be in third place most likely by that time. And the 4-game set with the Cubs is going to be huge, because if we win this series, we will most likely be within 4 games of the Cubs, and with a sweep and some luck with the Brewers not winning, we could be in first place. This Pittsburgh Pirates team has all the tools and all the pieces. It's just a matter of keeping this going these next 9 games. And these next 9 games are the biggest 9 games of the season. We're going to look back at this, I guess, whole 10-game stretch, and really you can include the Astros in the 13-game stretch of baseball to close out the All-Star break. Been playing really good baseball. It needs to continue, and I believe it will continue. So, again, Jordan Lyles will be toeing the rubber this evening on Fox. Pirates will be nationally televised. Should be a good one tonight, and the Pirates can, win this series and continue their winning ways. And it's exciting to see